We welcome in Kevin Harris, the TU rowing coach, into the eye of the hurricane. And Coach, you are underway and you are on the water, and it's always great to see spring almost here because you girls are working hard and you've already had a scrimmage, right?
Yeah, we were able to row against University of Kansas up at Claremore Lake last weekend, and it was a very good scrimmage. We were able to get in fours on Friday afternoon. We were able to get in eights on Saturday morning, and I thought it was a really positive scrimmage for both teams. And it was good for the women to actually get into something close to what their real lineups are going to be, and see that maybe we've got some speed.
Well, and this is we don't publish the results because it's just a scrimmage,
right.
But you felt good about what you were able to accomplish, not only whether you won or lost, but how you're able to kind of move parts around now and figure out what your lineup is?
Absolutely. Kansas is a very good team. And, last year they handled us pretty well in the scrimmage, and that really said something about kind of how our season went after that. And if that's also true this year, then I think we could have a very good season this year. So I think, watching the women, it was very aggressive. It was very fluid. It was very, they were doing the things that we were asking them to do. And we were able to move some parts around and find out that we've got some really good rowers in the right places. So we're just going to keep doing that. And coming up here in a minute when we go live, it's going to be an interesting weekend.
Coach, where do you think you're going to be strong this year? Do you have a sense yet?
Well, I really think that the team is going to be strong because of course for us it's about a 1v8, a 2v8, and a 4.
Right.
So we have to have 3 boats. And even though we're a small team, I feel like we have some really strong rowers in the middle of the team. I think our 2V, for instance, is rowing as well as I have ever seen our 2V row. It was interesting because at one point in the scrimmage, the first boat was kind of out in front of the second boat, but the second boat was actually rowing the best of all of our boats. So it was really nice to see that.
Yeah, no question. And when you talk about the battles between 1V and 2V, I mean, you do have some of the individuals and some of the student athletes that move up and back and up and down, and that based on performance, right?
Well, absolutely, and it's vital, right?
Yeah.
Because in order to have a first boat, we've got to have a fast second boat pushing that, and it's the same thing with the 4s. I think we have a very good first 4 and a very good second 4. The second 4 is pushing the first 4 to be better because the women in the second 4 want to be in the first 4 because that's the boat that goes to the NCAA championships.
And how is your depth? Do you feel good about the program depth?
I do. I mean, I think every coach wants to be deeper. Every coach wants to have a first 8 and a second 8 that are as fast as everybody else's first 8. But I'm pretty happy with the way the women are working and the numbers and the way it's worked out.
All right, really get busy now. You go on the road. You're going to the Louisville Cardinal Invitational, which is actually in Oak Ridge.
It's actually in Oak Ridge,
Tennessee.
Yeah.
But what a field! I mean, you've got some heavyweights going up against them, right?
These are great schools. And these are schools that we've moved kind of in tandem with over the last few years. We've beaten them. They've beaten us. We kind of go back and forth. But Alabama, Notre Dame, Louisville, of course, who are the hosts and are just gracious for having us there, and a great school. Tennessee, Clemson. I mean, these are schools.
Minnesota too, right?
Minnesota,
Yeah.
who we're paired with in terms of the region with the Big Ten. It's a really big deal to be able to get this cross-regional racing, and it's a fun way to start the season because it also allows the format of it is basically 3 boats racing in a round robin sort of series, and it'll give me a chance to really move around the lineups live and see what comes out of that.
And great competition gives you a yardstick, doesn't it?
Absolutely. If we do well at this regatta, it's a springboard for everything else that we do during the season.
Also traveling to the Sunshine State Invitational coming up in early April. Then you go to Clemson. But finally, back home for the Lawless Cup on April 25th. We want you to mark that one down because that is your home regatta, and it's always a special affair here.
Well, we love it, and we appreciate Central Oklahoma for coming up and giving a chance to get that race done. I think that'll be big for both of us because, of course, UCO is Division II NCAA champions for the last 2 years. So they're trying to get ready to win their championship, and they want to beat us. And we're getting ready for our AAC championship in May, so we need to go after them. So it's going to be a big old race.
That'll be on the Verdigris River, and and when you think about that wonderful facility you have there, you're always worried about weather. We've had so much water, so much rain. Have you been able to get on the water enough then?
We have. I mean, we've been on the water more in this last week than we were for the whole month of March last year. So we're pretty we're pretty happy about that, and we're just going to keep hoping that the rain holds and that the floods stay down.
All right, Coach, thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Bruce.
That's Kevin Harris joining us here on the Eye of the Hurricane.